see that right there, bro? That's a life sentence. That's a life sentence. Anybody that walks around with Anybody that walks around with bags on their shoes, bro, that's a life sentence right there for you, boy. He walks around all the time with bags on his shoes, and he's up here gone. At least I got some of my common sense. You feel what I'm saying? But that dude, he's definitely an incel. I see him walking through here all the time with bags on his shoes, bro. He live in that car right there. See, he walking to that car right there. In the car, like there's containers all the way up to the roof. You feel what I'm saying? In his car, he got containers all filled up to the roof. Like he don't never take nothing to the garbage can, bro. He don't clean out his car. Yeah, his mind is gone. He's a life sentence. He's an incel. He's crazy. Something going on with him, man. You feel what I'm saying? And he opens it. He walks around with wide eyes like this. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, he's done. Stick a fork in him, man. He'll never get riches. He'll never get the bag. He'll never get a woman in his life, man. That's a life sentence right there. Once you lose it in the head, bro, where you can't function like a normal human being, you're done for it. You know what I'm saying? And he walks every day. I don't know why he has bags on his shoes though, bro. Why you walking around with bags on your shoes, bro? It's not raining out here, bro. I can see if it was raining, but it ain't raining. Maybe you got some brand new kicks or something like that, and you put bags on your shoes so they won't get wet. Yeah, I can understand that if it's raining outside. But nigga, we in spring, man. There's no more rain. I don't think we have any more rain left. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, we got like one life to live, man. And a lot of our goals take a lot of time to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Some of us take about 5 to 10 years to complete a mission. You know what I'm saying? Like recently, I was watching a story on Jean-Claude Van Damme, how long it took for him to get into Hollywood. He struggled, man. He struggled for years. They said 5 years. Probably more than that, bro. But it was years of struggle before he got his big break, bro. That's why you can never quit chasing whatever dream you chasing. Like right now, I'm about to work out. Feel what I'm saying? About to work out and do my thing. I ain't gonna drink tonight. I'm taking another day, night off of drinking. Just calming down, man, cooling down. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. But I'll take that over a life sentence, bro. That guy walking around with bags on his shoes, that's a life sentence, bro. To me, that's like he'll never see riches, he'll never see bitches, he'll never have a girlfriend, he'll never have a wife. That's a life sentence, bro. He's done for until the day that he dies, bro. He's not normal in the head. At least, you know, eventually one day, I'm gonna hit a big one and my life is gonna be good. But a lot of guys out here, bro, they serving a life sentence, man. You feel what I'm saying? They serving a life sentence out here in these streets. They ain't gonna get a woman ever in life. It's like that guy walked by, man. That guy pissed me off one time, bro. I was about to knock his ass smooth the fuck out because I was sitting here chilling, I think I was exercising or doing something, and he don't come sit right by me and shit. I'm like, bro, are you okay, man? Because you're sitting kind of close to me, bro. I don't like you sitting so close to me. I don't know you like that. You feel what I'm saying? Give a motherfucker some space. There's all that space down there. All that space down there. He comes sit his ass right here while I'm right here. You feel what I'm saying? And I was like, bruh, I don't know you like that. You too close to me. You don't look like you the kind to be trusted, bro. You look scary, bro. You walking around with those goddamn bags on your shoes. You look scary, bro. I'm saying. Oh, my lips. Oh, toothpaste. I look like a fucking dope fiend. The powder on my lips. Feel what I'm saying? So if you want a goal to success, just remember, bro, like, eventually you're gonna get there. And it beats having a life sentence where you're like struggling in the dating market for many, many years, and you'll never see success that way if you just quit. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you gotta pick two paths. Either go down the path where you're chasing your dreams, you're chasing wealth, you're chasing riches, you're chasing the bag. Go down that route where it will take you some years to get it, or take the route where you're not even trying to get the bag. You just give up and say, fuck the bag. You can't take it with you and shit like that. But then yet you're struggling in the dating market. So you gotta choose two paths. I say choose the first one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because at least the first path, when you're chasing the bag, eventually you're gonna grab it. Eventually, down the stretch, like later in life, you're gonna get it. But if you choose the path where you just give up and say it's over or whatever, and you're just not even trying to put up a fight, then you're in for a life sentence because, luck ain't gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying? You're just not gonna be successful that way. You're gonna be poor and struggling in the dating market for the rest of your life, bro, until you die, until you get old. So you gotta think in your mind, okay, I'm gonna choose the path where I'm chasing riches, and because eventually I'm gonna grab it. It's like Pac-Man. I'm eating up all the pellets. What I'm saying? The ghost is chasing me and shit like that. But eventually, I'm gonna get to a pack pellet. It takes time, but eventually, I'm gonna get to a pack pellet, and I'll turn around. And I'm gonna start munching on them ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Like they some fried chicken, or some collard greens, or some yams. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm gonna turn around and start beating up them ghosts. You know what I'm saying? But some niggas, let me tell you something, bro. My father, he chose the life sentence. He had no desire to get riches. So he died broke and didn't pass his children nothing. My mother too had no desire in getting the bag, no desire of getting rich. So she only passed us only $800, and we struggle when she's dead. You hear what I'm saying? So yeah, choose the path where, where you're chasing wealth, because eventually you'll get there. Eventually in the future you will come out of the situation that you're in. Versus not doing nothing. That means if you're not doing nothing, it's a life sentence. You'll never see bitches. You'll always struggle in the dating market. You'll never see bad bitches, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I have toothpaste in my mouth. I look like a goddamn dope fiend, bro. How come you motherfuckers didn't tell me shit? I got to do brushing my teeth. So I chose the path where I'm chasing the bag, man, because I know one day I'm gonna eventually get there, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I know one day eventually I'm gonna hit again, and and then I'm gonna take that money and invest it, and it's gonna be a good life from there. You feel what I'm saying? Because a life sentence it sucks. I mean, of course it sucks. It's a life sentence. But I'm just saying it's the worst thing that could ever happen to a man serving a life sentence where he's struggling in the date market. Some of you guys are struggling like me. You ain't had a girl since 2017 or 18, and years went by, you ain't had a girlfriend in a while. So I'm like, okay, I think in my head, like, if I don't do anything about this, this can persist even into my 50s. If I'm chasing it right now, somewhere down the stretch, I'll eventually get it. So I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, right? So I said, okay, you choose which path. I could sit here and just not do anything and don't chase the bag, or I could be chasing it every single day, and then eventually, bam, one day I'll get it, boom, and I'll be happy, and I could walk off into the sunset with a bad bitch, and a bad car, and a bad condo, or a bad house, or whatever. I'll eventually be rich. I'll eventually be successful, right? Even if it's a jackpot, that's still some type of success in your life. You feel what I'm saying? So I said, okay, all right, choose the path, chasing the bag. Time is going by quick anyway, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So it don't matter. Before you know it, I'll have that bag in my hands. It's just a matter of time. And there's going to be a celebration. It's going to be a celebration, man. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to be a big time celebration. Because you out of that mess that you was in. Feel what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's not over once you get a bag. You still got to invest that money so you can stay rich. Not like Mayweather later down the stretch become, bankrupt. No matter what you say, even though Mayweather still got money, it's still not a good thing to file for bankruptcy. That's not a good thing. Some of you guys is trying to say, well, just because he filed for bankruptcy, it doesn't mean that he's broke. Yeah, we all know that he's not broke, but it's still not a good thing to file for bankruptcy, because I don't see Jay-Z filing for bankruptcy. I didn't see Diddy filing for bankruptcy. I don't see 50 Cent. Well, 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy a while back, but he made his money back with them shows, them power shows and shit. He made that money back. He ain't broke no more. So, it's just, being careful with your money. It don't matter if you got $100 million, you can still go broke. There's a lot of winners that went broke, that won $100 million, and they thought they was out of the struggle forever. 5 years later, they broke. They filing for bankruptcy. Okay, what did you do with your money? You bought a house. That's not a good investment. You should have bought just a condo for like $500,000. Why do you need a fucking house? You know what I'm saying? You can buy you a nice condo for like $500,000. You know what I'm saying? Or you can continue to rent. You know what I'm saying? To save your money, man. Luxury items, you gotta keep that at a limit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to budget that money. You got to budget. Even though you rich, you got to budget. You still living on the budget. It's just a bigger budget. That's all it is. But like I said, man, I'd rather have going down the road of chasing success and wealth than going down the road where I'm not doing nothing and I'm not chasing nothing at all, and I got like a what they call it, a dark future. or whatever, and I don't have no light at the end of the tunnel. When I'm chasing the bag, I got a light at the end of the tunnel that's getting bigger and bigger by the day. It might be like 35,000 miles away, but that light at the end of the tunnel is getting bigger and bigger by the day. Eventually, I'll get out of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at it, bro. 'Cause eventually you'll get it, right? If you keep pursuing it and keep pursuing it and being persistent, eventually you'll get it. But if you don't do nothing about it, you won't ever get it. Matter of fact, you'll never get out of your situation. You will go to the grave being stuck in your situation, struggling with women. My goal, like I said, my goal is to have my life to be easy with women. My goal is to always keep a woman on my arm, never a drought. I'll never have a drought. You feel what I'm saying? Never have a drought. Always got a woman on my arm. Never a struggle. Feel what I'm saying? I get one girlfriend, I get another one, I get another one, I get another one, real easy, like snapping my fingers. That's the position I want to be in. And in order for you to be in that position, you got to be rich. You got to be successful. You got to have the bag. Feel what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm about to work out, man. I just want to drop that quick video because right now I need to warm up and shit. I got to move my muscles around. I got to drop some of this weight that I gained when I was injured. So you guys have a good day. Peace out, take care, and bless. I'm out.